Hey everyone, this is Kara with the Barn Church and Ministries here in St. Joe, Michigan. Thank you for tuning into this week's Reload. If you find this message valuable, make sure to like it and share it so that we can get the word out. Today, let's talk about submission to authority. Trust me, I know those two words are practically cuss words in our society of do what you want, when you want, how you want, and for as long as you want. However, Paul says in 1 Corinthians 10:23, he says, you say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for me. I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it's right or good to do. And I believe unless our hearts are completely hardened, that we know right from wrong deep down on the inside, and it is right to submit to those in authority over us, especially when they aren't having us do anything unbiblical. It can feel good to run a stop sign, but that doesn't mean that I should. It can feel good to blow off what our leaders want, but that doesn't mean that we should. James 4:17 says, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. So when you won't submit to your boss or your parents or even someone who just simply is an expert in an area that you are not, you are sinning. Yeah, maybe it isn't stealing a candy bar, but it's still sin, and it's likely you have an authority issue. If you will only do something your way, you have an authority issue. If you will hold people to a different standard than you hold yourself, you have an authority issue. And if you will not hear and implement other people's ideas and complement them with yours, you have an authority issue. This is especially true of our leaders. We live in a world where leadership is barely respected, all bosses are wrong, and all workers are right, and people complain when they aren't promoted. But Hebrews 13:17 says, obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls as those who will give an account. Let them do this with joy and not with groaning, for that would be of no advantage to you. Your leaders will give an account for you. What do you want that account to say? You get to choose. That in itself is amazing, the fact that we get to choose what our leaders will say about us. Romans 13:1-2 says, everyone must submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God. So anyone who rebels against authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and they will be punished. That's right in the Bible. They'll be punished. It says if you rebel against authority, you're rebelling against God. And who in their right mind would ever do that? The opposite, of course, would also be true. If you honor those in authority over you, you'll be blessed and you'll be honored in time. It honors God to submit to your authorities, and it doesn't say only if we agree with them. It says God puts those people in place, so we should honor them regardless. It does not say to honor them and disregard the word of God. No, then you would have to obey God. But if what you're asked to do is not a sin, then just do it with a good attitude. It's really that simple. And that's all I have for today. So you can find out more about us at the Barn Ministries on all social media platforms or thebarn.church, which is our website, and we will see you next week.